A very weird dynamic is happening right now in the United States, and it's something that America hasn't seen since the 1950s and the 1960s, a little bit in the 70s, but then things started to shift in the 80s and 90s, and of course the 2000s and 2010s. So what is this weird thing that's happening? Well, it's that we're starting to see for our time, record number of voters that are called, what's the exact term? Ticket splitters. Now, a ticket splitter voter is somebody who votes for one party for president and then basically goes down ballot and votes for the other party. So they're splitting the ticket between the two parties. Here's what's happening. In the 2020 election, the number of ticket splitters was 3%. Now, back in the 50s and 60s, about 25% of the public were ticket splitters, right? We're not loyal to this party or that party. We like this person here. We like this person here. That's who they voted for. That's how they voted. You know, evening things out based on policy, not personalities. Now, once we got into the 80s, the 90s, and definitely in the 20s and 2010s, all that went to hell. It was tribal partisan politics, but in swing states across the country, we're starting to see, according to the political scientists, 5, 10, 15% of voters saying that they're going to be ticket splitters, which means they're supporting Donald Trump for the presidency, but they want to keep a check on Donald Trump by making sure the Democrats retain control of the Senate and get control of the House again, which, okay, I mean, if that's the worst case scenario, it could be worse, right? But here's what's happening. Nowhere is the difference starker than in Montana, where polls show Democratic Senator Jon Tester with a lead of between 2 and 9 points, even though Biden is losing the state by 21 points. In Ohio, Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown is up by 5 points, even though Biden's down by 10. And the pattern is repeating in other swing states. In Arizona and Nevada, the averages show Democratic Senate candidates Ruben Gallego and Jackie Rosen ahead by 5 points, while Biden trails in both states by 3 or more. Pennsylvania, Democrat Bob Casey leads his Senate race by 5 points, while Biden trails by 3 points. Wisconsin, Biden and Trump are tied, but incumbent Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin's leading Republican businessman Eric Hovde by 8 points. So all these swing states out there where Democrats have these not open Senate seats, but Senate seats up for re-election, that's terrifying, right? Typically, you would not want that in a swing state when you have a neck-and-neck presidential race, because usually that would mean whoever pulls ahead in the presidential race is going to take that Senate seat for their party. But that's not what's happening. So we have record numbers of voters, again, for our lifetimes, in these states telling us, like, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump, but I'm going to vote for the Democrats for everything else. So we could see a scenario here where Donald Trump does win the White House, but Democrats retain control of the Senate, which they will keep until at least the year 2030 at this point, and then Democrats take him back over the House, which means there would be, to a small degree, some kind of check on Donald Trump's power for 2 years at least. So that's something. I mean, we don't want Donald Trump in the White House at all. But if the voters out there are understanding that, hey, we do need to put a check on this guy by sending the Democrats back to Senate, then it means in the next few months, those Trump supporters might be able to flip and become Democratic supporters if either Biden gets replaced by somebody better, or if President Biden comes out and gets rid of all the concerns about his cognitive abilities. Either way, those voters are flippable, is what this poll tells me. And worst case scenario, there may be a little bit of a check on Trump's power if he gets back into office. It may not mean much, but, you know, you got to take the silver linings where you get them. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.